Hey YouTube, welcome back to a brand new Animal Crossing New Horizons video. Today we're going over 5 seemingly unused features in New Horizons. So without further ado, let's get straight into today's video. So Animal Crossing New Horizons has been out for nearly 4 weeks now, which is absolutely insane when you think about just how long we were all waiting for it, but it's still really awesome. There's lots to do and even more to discover in the coming weeks, I'm sure. But in the meantime, I wanted to do something a little different today and go over 5 features in Animal Crossing New Horizons that are kind of just there. They don't really seem to have a purpose, and I find that really interesting. So we'll go over some of the details and some of my thoughts for each as we go. For those who have already played the game, please comment your thoughts as we go along, and for those who haven't played yet, I hope you find it fun discovering some new areas of the island. Anyway, please leave a like on the video and let's get to it. Number 1. Museum Lab. So if we head inside the island's museum and walk through the bug area of the museum, we eventually stumble across a lab in the back. Even if you haven't played yet, I'm sure you've already heard about this area, as there's been lots of speculation and theories as to what this area is. It seems quite random, and other than a cool decorated area, it doesn't appear to serve any purpose. Some bugs do appear here once they've been donated though. As you can see, we already have some fleas which I caught recently, poor Tangy, and of course a paper kite butterfly. There is also an interesting poster in the corner that shows off Nat, the original bug off host from previous games, but that's pretty much it. You can't seem to interact with anything other than the poster that gives you the details about the bugs. Now as things stand, I would class this as an unused feature. In all honesty, I have no idea why they went with a lab setting rather than more tanks, but it definitely looks cool and it's fun to visit. I am leaning towards this lab being used more in the future though. Originally I thought maybe we would be able to assess our own fossils there or something, but then it doesn't really make sense to have it in the bug department if that's what it would be used for. Now I'm thinking with all the new content updates we can expect throughout the year that we know will include new features, maybe Nat will return and do some work here, even if it's just for an event or something like that. Number 2. The dock. So the dock area is an iconic feature in any Animal Crossing game really, and something that's always had a feature of travelling attached to it, until now. In previous games we would see Kapp'n in a boat waiting to take us to a remote tropical island, whether it's a tiny island to collect some coconuts and store furniture in a stranger's house, or travelling with friends to play minigames. However, the dock in New Horizons, other than being an ode to past docks, serves no purpose. As far as we know, Kapp'n's not in the game, so really this makes the dock pretty much redundant, although it does make for a good fishing spot. The good news is, for the first time in any Animal Crossing game, we can now decorate our docks and drop or place furniture on them, which I only recently discovered a couple of days ago. Again, when we consider future updates and DLC, maybe we could see the return of Kapp'n and the dock will no longer be considered an unused feature. We'll have to wait and see. Number 3. Museum Stairs. Heading back to the museum now, we of course have the doors that lead to the bug area, some stairs down to the fossils and another door to the fish aquariums, but we also have the museum staircases either side and the large open area found at the top. This to me is very interesting, but as you can tell is completely unused. This area, which I guess we can call the museum's first floor or the museum's second floor if you're in America, has nothing there other than a couple of seating areas. It goes without saying it makes the museum look grand and massive, but the stairs literally loop around and go nowhere, so is another example of an unused feature. Recently there have been a number of rumours of the art gallery returning, as well as a possible museum cafe, which could suggest one or both of these end up inside an upgraded version of the museum, and of course could be accessible using these stairs. It makes perfect sense and is almost too obvious, but for now this area doesn't really have a purpose. Number 4. Private Beach. Again, even if you haven't played the game yet, I'm sure you've heard about the private or secret beach found at the rear of our islands. This is usually directly behind the cliff areas, but can be found in a number of locations along the north side of the island. It's almost impossible to get to in the first couple of days of the island, but is easily accessible once you have the right tools, and once you get there, there's not a lot going on. It's literally a mini beach with rocks either side that looks out to sea. Of course this is probably the coolest beach in any Animal Crossing game though, but again, other than being a nice little area that will almost certainly become an iconic location in the future, is completely unused and serves no real purpose. However, we can decorate it as much as we want, plant coconut trees, or drop and place our favourite furniture items and even sunbathe. Personally, I really like it as it's a bit of a getaway spot, and I do have big plans for the cliffs surrounding this area when I eventually unlock the landscaping tools. But yeah, a cool feature, but it is kind of just there. Maybe it will play a more significant role in the future. Number 5. The Plaza. The plaza is without a doubt the centre point of the New Horizons island and sees a lot of activity throughout the day. This is of course where the Resident Services Centre is, the bulletin board, and even a place where travellers such as Kix stops by and sets up shop. So of course the plaza itself isn't an unused feature, but it is pretty large and the whole bottom left hand corner of the plaza is kind of empty and pretty much unused. Occasionally Tom Nook will put out some seats for residents to sit on, but they mysteriously disappear, leaving this big open area that we can't really do anything with. So specifically it's the left hand corner of the plaza that I would consider an unused area, at least for now. We have Earth Day coming up next week, which brings a new content update with it, and maybe we'll see Isabel outside for a change with a nature-based standee or something like that for the celebration. It would make perfect sense to utilise this area instead of seeing it go to waste and remain unused. So there we have it, just a fun light-hearted video to help keep everyone's spirits up in this tough time. It's nothing too serious, so I hope you enjoyed it. But what do you think? Will any of these 5 unused features serve a purpose in a future update, or do you think they're just features to give the New Horizons island more character? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Anyway, for now that pretty much wraps up this video. If you're an Animal Crossing fan, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss out on any New Horizons news. Until then, I'd like to give a special thank you to this channel's Patreon supporters, you guys rock. Don't forget to head over to our Discord server too, and of course if you got this far in the video, please comment Plaza just to let me know you did. That would be super awesome, and please be sure to include if you think Nat or Kapp'n will ever return. I'd love to know. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and found it entertaining. Please be sure to leave a like if you did. Thanks for watching, I hope you have an amazing day, stay safe, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.